Mr. Andre Branch joining us in studio. It is good to have you. How are you?
Nice to be here. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good. That name just sent chills down the spine of Virginia Tech fans.
Oh, man, yeah.
That was an amazing game. I mean, if you think back to your college career, is that going to be one of those in Blacksburg that really stand out for you?
That has to be one of the best games I've ever played, definitely. And it felt great to be home to do it.
Do you remember your stats from that game?
11 tackles, 9 for loss, 4.5 sacks.
Very
and
good.
And a forced fumble.
Very good. That is dead on. Tomorrow, can it get here quick enough for you?
I'm just enjoying the process. You know, I'm very stress free right now. You know, just to have my family around me, supporting me, and having the Clemson family behind me, it feels great.
What are your plans for tomorrow night? Because you're one of those projected late first round, maybe second round.
I'm gonna be at Champ Sports Bar at Stony Point, and it's an invitation only. But if you want to see Andre Branch, he'll be walking around the mall, just taking his mind off of the draft.
That's we were talking before the break. Andre said, "Well, yeah, my family will be there. I will be pacing. I will be walking. So you won't be planted in a chair in front of a television."
Nah, I'll be walking around doing some shopping. You know, that's a good hobby of mine, and it takes me away from things.
This is, and we joke around as a member of the media, this is the most dishonest week in sports. We call it the biggest poker game in all sports.
Yeah.
Because there's so much misinformation. Do you pay attention to the news, the TV, the Sports Center? Do you read like stuff online, or do you try to avoid it?
No, not at all. I've never been a big person on those type of things. You know, coming out of Verona, you know, I was a 2-star athlete. That's what Rivals said. So if I paid any attention to that, I wouldn't have been here today. So I just know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of doing, and I do it.
It's amazing you still have that in the back of your mind a couple years later. Only 2-star.
No, yeah.
Now going to be a first rounder. What has been the most interesting part of the whole process for you?
The most interesting part has to be is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You know, my first game in the NFL might be great, but at the end of the day, I've played in a lot of first games. But I've never gone through this process before, and I'm just enjoying the process and just knowing that I'm being blessed.
If you're just tuning in, Andre Branch out of Clemson, out of Verona High School, joining us in studio tomorrow night's NFL Draft, which you can hear Andre's name hopefully be called by Mr. Jay Glazer or Chris Landry and Lincoln Kennedy. We'll have it for you right here on Sports Radio 910. You said you're stress-free now. I can't imagine it was stress-free through the whole process.
You know, when you unfold everything back, right now, I can't control anything from this point forward. You know, I had all-star games such as the Senior Bowl that I didn't get to play in because I had a groin injury. But the combine, I control those type of things. My pro day, I control those type of things. And private workouts, I can control those type of things. But from this day forward, it's no more combines, it's no more all-star games, and it's no more private workouts. So, I mean, why be stressful when you can't control things? So, I'm just enjoying the process, you know, and just taking it all in.
You played at a high level. You played Division I football. So you're used to coaches tweaking, looking at things, game film. But what is it like to go through it where you know there's millions of dollars at stake, your next level, your next job's at stake, where people are constantly poking, prodding, dissecting, looking, they want to see this, they want to see that. What is it like to be under the microscope?
You know, being at Clemson and just like any other high-level football, you know, the spotlight's on you. But just to play a game that I love playing and getting paid for it, I mean, what better job is that? So,
good attitude, Dad.
So, exactly. So, I mean, I always think positive, never negative. So, you know, just like I said, I enjoy playing football and I'm getting paid for it. So, that's the way I look at it.
Who keeps you grounded?
My mother. Definitely my mother. Paulette Battle. That's my rock. That's my everything.
Yeah, moms usually have a good way of doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Physically or mentally, has this process been tough?
I wouldn't say physically. You know, you're used to physical training and everything, but it's a lot that goes into it mentally, such as, you know, you go through tests that they give you at the combine, and
you do the Wonderlic?
Oh yeah, you do the Wonderlic. And
do you think it was useful or ridiculous?
It's useful in some ways, but in different entities, it's kind of tough. You know, you have 12 minutes, and the 12 minutes feel like 2 minutes. And I mean, it's kind of questions that's off the wall. So you don't know what it's used for, but those NFL teams know what it's used for. So I guess it's well needed.
Andre Branch joining us in studio, projected to go tomorrow night in the first round of the NFL draft. He is hanging out with us here. He's back home. He's going to watch the draft at home. He'll be pacing around the entire Richmond area. Who have you been able to, and you said your mom kept you grounded through this whole process, but you've got some good pipelines to the NFL through Clemson. Who have you been able to reach out to, maybe use as a mentor?
You know, as a mentor, I've been talking to Aaron Brooks from UVA. You know, he's a great mentor to have. And, you know, my college roommates were Marcus Gilchrist and Jarvis Jenkins, and also Cody Sensabaugh, who's in the draft this year with me. So when we look back at it, our whole house will have been drafted. So, you know, just knowing a lot of players in the NFL, it's not as hard as I thought it was because I already had my questions answered.
Skins fans are probably wanting to know this follow-up question. How's Jarvis doing?
Jarvis is great. I was with him this whole week, and you know Jarvis is ready to be back, and he's ready to get out there.
Now, I know we talked about this during the break. You don't want to talk about who worked you out. You want to try to keep that private.
Yeah, definitely.
Why is that? Just
you know, I signed an oath with those teams saying that if we work you out, you don't tell it to anyone, and that's how it goes.
Give me best compliment you received during your workouts.
I've received a lot of compliments, but
you know I'm asking this because there's a lot of guys like me and a lot of hotheads on TV who will say the pros and the cons of Andre Branch. Give me the pro that they gave you.
My athleticism is through the roof. You know, I'm very versatile. They know I'm a natural pass rusher. They know I can stand up. I can put my hand in the dirt. I can't be blocked one-on-one. I can drop back in the coverage. So just things like that make Andre Branch who he is as a player. So, and when they worked me out, I wasn't breathing hard. So one team told me, do you plan on breathing? I was like, it's just genetics. So it is what it is. I can run all day.
All right, what's the constructive criticism, the con? They said, okay, you're going to need to work on this, Andre.
You know, they really don't point that out. They ask you those questions. What do you think you need to work on? And my answer is always, I work on my game each and every day. I can't pinpoint certain things, but I know each and every day I go into it and I improve on my game all over each and every day.
All right, I will ask you the most important question, because you are going to go to an NFL team. But here's the pressing question, which could get you in a lot of trouble down the road. When you were Andre Branch in the backyard, who did you pretend to be, and what team did you pretend to be on growing up?
In the backyard, I was everybody. You know, I wanted to play defense. I wanted to play offense. I had a little bit of quarterback in me. You know, it really didn't matter. So, growing up, I was a Vikings fan, but that's because my first ever coach in football was Alvin Cannon, and he coached me at Verona Rec, and he passed away, and he was a huge Vikings fan. So, I mean, to show my respect, I had to take over and become a Vikings fan.
I imagine in a moment like this, you remember a lot of people along the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. You have to. You got to know where you're from and where it all started.
Any idea when the money comes in? Any one thing that you want? Now you know your mom's going to be in your ear telling you put it in the bank and save some. But is there something that Andre Branch wants that he will use with his first paycheck from the NFL?
The first thing I'm gonna do when I first get the check is I'm probably gonna look at it and cry, honestly, and then I'm probably.
You can show it to me and I'll cry because I'll never see that amount of money.
And then I'm probably gonna surprise my mom with something.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Mom ranks real high on the priority
list. Oh yes,
list.
definitely.
Good for you. Good for you. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Look, we don't know what round it's going to be. We don't know where it's going to be, but you are at such an elite level that you get to do this, and not many people do. Congratulations.
Thank you. Really do appreciate it.
And thanks for coming home and doing this in your hometown.
Oh yeah. This is where it all started, Richmond, Virginia.
Very cool. You got a Twitter address?
Yes, I do. At branchingout40.com. BRANCH, the letter N, out 40.
Very cool. Andre, I appreciate it. Don't pace too much tomorrow night.
Nah.
It'll all work out. Congratulations. We'll be looking forward to seeing where you're headed in the NFL.
All right, thank you.
Let's take a time.